If your dog follows you to the bathroom, this is what it means. And by the end of this video, you'll discover a hidden neurological process happening in your dog's brain that creates one of the purest forms of love in the animal kingdom, something so profound that scientists are calling it the deepest interspecies bond ever documented. If you enjoy fascinating insights like this and want to see more, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. The mystery behind the world's most innocent stare picture. You're heading to the bathroom, looking forward to just 2 minutes of privacy, and there hides your faithful companion, padding behind you with that unmistakable look of determination. You close the door, and suddenly you hear it. The gentle scratch, the soft whine, or maybe just the weight of a body settling against the doorframe, waiting patiently for your return. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In fact, a recent study involving over 3,000 dog owners revealed that an astounding 92% of dogs exhibit this exact behavior. But here's what will blow your mind. What you're witnessing isn't just cute companionship. It's actually one of the most sophisticated displays of evolutionary psychology happening right in your home. Have you ever wondered what's really going through your dog's mind during these intimate moments? Drop a comment below and tell me, does your dog do this too? I read and respond to every single comment, so don't be shy about sharing your bathroom buddy stories. Now, let me take you on a journey back 15,000 years ago to the very beginning of this incredible relationship. When our ancestors first formed bonds with wolves, something extraordinary happened in the neural pathways of these wild animals. Dr. Brian Hare from Duke University's Canine Cognition Center discovered that domestic dogs developed what he calls hypercooperative communication. Essentially, they became hardwired to read and respond to human vulnerability. But here's where it gets fascinating. The bathroom represents the ultimate moment of human vulnerability, and your dog's ancient brain recognizes this instantly. When wolves lived in packs, they never left a vulnerable pack member alone. This wasn't just social behavior, it was survival strategy. The weakest moment for any animal is when they're in a compromised position. And in the wild, that's exactly when predators strike. Your modern dog has inherited this protective instinct, but it's evolved into something even more beautiful. Research from the University of Vienna, led by animal cognition expert Dr. Frederick Range, used thermal imaging to study dogs during these following behaviors. What they found was remarkable. The dog's stress hormones actually decrease when they're positioned near their human during vulnerable moments. They're not following you because they're anxious. They're following you because protecting you literally makes them feel better. Let me paint you a picture of what's actually happening in those precious moments. When your dog settles into position, and yes, they do have a specific position. They're not just randomly lying down. They're engaging in what animal behaviorists call strategic positioning. Notice how they almost always face the door. That's not coincidence. They're creating a protective perimeter, just like their ancestors did around vulnerable pack members. But there's something even more incredible happening that you've probably never noticed. Watch your dog's breathing next time. Dr. Patricia McConnell, a certified applied animal behaviorist, documented something she calls synchronized vigilance. Your dog's breathing actually slows and deepens when they're in guardian mode, allowing them to detect the smallest sounds or changes in the environment that might indicate danger. And those 5 subtle signs I mentioned earlier, the positioning, the alertness, the breathing, the body language, and the timing, these aren't random behaviors. They're part of an intricate communication system that your dog is using to tell you, I've got your back and I'm not going anywhere until you're safe. Here's what makes this even more touching. This behavior is completely voluntary. Unlike trained behaviors or conditioned responses, following you to the bathroom is pure instinct mixed with genuine affection. Your dog chooses to be your guardian in these moments because evolution has programmed them to care about your well-being as much as their own. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but my dog seems anxious when I close the door, or isn't this just separation anxiety? Let me put your mind at ease. True separation anxiety presents very differently. Dogs with separation anxiety show destructive behaviors, excessive vocalization, and physical symptoms of distress. What we're talking about here is calm, purposeful vigilance. It's the difference between panic and protection. Sarah from Colorado shared an incredible story with me recently. Her golden retriever, Max, had been following her to the bathroom for years. She always thought it was adorable but never understood the significance until one morning when she fainted due to low blood sugar. Max immediately began barking in a specific pattern that alerted her husband, potentially saving her life. That annoying bathroom behavior. It had trained Max to be precisely where he needed to be during her most vulnerable moment. This is the profound reality of what's happening in your bathroom every single day. Your dog isn't being clingy, needy, or poorly trained. They're demonstrating a level of loyalty and protective instinct that spans millennia of evolution. They're showing you love in its most primal, pure form. But here's where the story takes an incredible turn, because what I've shared with you so far is just the tip of the iceberg. Scientists have recently discovered something happening in your dog's brain during these moments that completely changes everything we thought we knew about canine consciousness. Something so remarkable that when you learn about it, you'll never see that innocent bathroom stare the same way again. Thanks for watching, and if this opened your eyes to the incredible depth of your dog's love, hitting that subscribe button would mean the world to me. Trust me, there's so much more to uncover about the amazing minds of our four-legged family members. What happens inside your dog's brain will amaze you. Remember that incredible neurological discovery I mentioned? Well, prepare to have your mind completely blown. Because what scientists found happening inside your dog's brain during those bathroom moments is nothing short of extraordinary. Dr. Gregory Burns, a neuroscientist at Emory University, made headlines when he became the first researcher to successfully scan the brains of awake, unrestrained dogs using MRI technology. His groundbreaking study, published in the journal Social, Cognitive, and Affective Neuroscience, revealed something that changed everything we thought we knew about canine emotions. When dogs engage in what Dr. Burns calls proximity seeking, like following you to the bathroom, their brains light up in the caudate nucleus, the same region associated with love and attachment in humans. But here's the kicker. The activation is even stronger than what we see in romantic human relationships. Your dog's brain is literally flooded with feel-good chemicals every single time they choose to be your guardian. And it gets better. The research showed that when dogs are near their humans during vulnerable moments, both species experience a surge in oxytocin, often called the love hormone. This creates what scientists term a positive feedback loop of affection. Essentially, your dog following you makes you both happier at a biological level. It's a natural antidepressant happening right in your bathroom. But not all bathroom followers are created equal. And this is where things get really interesting. Through extensive behavioral observation, researchers have identified 4 distinct types of bathroom companions, each with their own unique motivations and characteristics. First, we have the guardian protector. These are the dogs that treat your bathroom trip like a high-security operation. You'll recognize them immediately. They position themselves strategically, usually facing the door with their ears in constant motion, scanning for any potential threats. German Shepherds, Rottweilers, and Dobermans often fall into this category, though any breed can display these traits. Their breathing remains steady but alert, and they rarely relax completely until you emerge safely. Then there's the empathetic companion. These beautiful souls are less concerned with external threats and more focused on your emotional state. Labradors, golden retrievers, and border collies frequently exhibit this behavior. You'll notice they tend to lie closer to your feet, often making gentle eye contact and releasing those adorable, contented sighs. They're not just guarding your body, they're monitoring your emotions and offering comfort through their presence. Our third type is the security-seeking follower. Now, before you worry, let me be clear, this isn't pathological anxiety. These dogs follow because being near you during quiet moments helps regulate their own emotional state. They might show slight nervous behaviors like gentle panting or occasional position adjustments, but this is completely normal adaptation behavior. Many rescue dogs or dogs with sensitive temperaments fall into this category, and it's actually a sign of healthy attachment, not dependency. Finally, we have the social investigator. These are often younger dogs or naturally curious breeds who view your bathroom time as an opportunity for environmental exploration and social bonding. They'll investigate scents, check out different corners of the room, and generally treat the experience as quality time together. It's like their version of hanging out and chatting. Here's something that might surprise you. A longitudinal study conducted by the Animal Behavior College followed 500 dogs over 3 years and discovered that dogs who regularly follow their humans to the bathroom show 23% stronger bonding behaviors overall. They respond better to training, show less destructive behavior when alone, and demonstrate higher levels of what researchers call secure attachment. But here's my favorite part of the research. Dr. Alexandra Horowitz from Barnard College's Dog Cognition Lab made an incredible observation. She noticed that dogs display what she calls micro-expressions of contentment, specifically during bathroom supervision duty. These tiny facial muscle relaxations, almost like a gentle smile, only happen when dogs are completely comfortable and emotionally satisfied with their role as your protector. I've got to share Jessica's story with you because it perfectly illustrates this science in action. Jessica from Texas told me about her border collie mix, Luna, who had been her bathroom buddy for 4 years. When Jessica was going through a difficult divorce, she noticed Luna's bathroom behavior became even more attentive. Luna would rest her head on Jessica's knee and seem to sense exactly when Jessica needed that extra emotional support. Later, Jessica learned that dogs can actually detect hormonal changes associated with stress and sadness, and Luna was responding to Jessica's emotional needs with scientific precision. This brings us to something absolutely fascinating: the difference between how male and female dogs approach bathroom guardianship. And I'm not talking about obvious anatomical differences. I'm talking about deeply ingrained behavioral patterns that reveal incredible insights about your dog's unique personality. The research shows that male dogs tend to exhibit more territorial and protective behaviors during bathroom duty. They're more likely to position themselves in what animal behavior calls strategic defensive positions and show heightened alert responses to sounds from other parts of the house. Their protective instinct is often more externally focused. They're watching for threats from the outside world. Female dogs, on the other hand, demonstrate more emotionally attuned behaviors. They're more responsive to their humans' breathing patterns, more likely to seek physical contact, and show greater sensitivity to their owner's emotional state. Their protection is more internally focused. They're monitoring you for signs of distress or discomfort. But here's where it gets absolutely incredible. And this is something that's going to change the way you see every single bathroom encounter with your dog. There's a secret communication system happening during these moments, a language that's so subtle, so sophisticated, that most people never even realize it exists. Your dog is literally speaking to you in ways that bypass human language entirely. And when you learn to recognize these signals, decoding your dog's hidden communication system, what I'm about to share with you is going to revolutionize every bathroom encounter you have with your dog from this moment forward. Because there's a secret language happening right under your nose. Literally, and once you understand it, you'll realize your dog has been having complex conversations with you this entire time. Let's start with those gender differences I mentioned, because they're the key to unlocking this hidden communication code. Male dogs approach bathroom guardianship like military strength. They engage in what Dr. Stanley Karen from the University of British Columbia calls territorial vigilance behavior. Watch your male dog next time. Notice how he positions himself with maximum visual coverage of entry points? That's not random. He's calculating angles, assessing vulnerabilities, and creating what essentially amounts to a security perimeter around you. But here's the fascinating part. Male dogs spend an average of 73% more time scanning the environment compared to females. Their ears move independently, creating what researchers call auditory triangulation. They're literally mapping sounds in three-dimensional space around your bathroom. When your male dog shifts position slightly, he's not getting comfortable. He's optimizing his defensive capabilities. Female dogs, however, are operating on an entirely different wavelength. They engage in what animal behaviorist Dr. Patricia McConnell terms empathetic monitoring. While males focus outward, females focus inward on you. Research from the Family Dog Project at ETV's Lorand University in Budapest found that female dogs make eye contact with their humans 40% more frequently during bathroom supervision and show significantly stronger physiological synchronization. What does that mean? It means your female dog's heartbeat actually begins to match your relaxation patterns. When you settle in and your stress hormones decrease, her nervous system responds in kind. She's not just watching you. She's emotionally connecting with your state of being. Now, let me teach you the secret language that both males and females use, but express differently. I call it the bathroom communication protocol, and it consists of 5 distinct elements that most people completely miss. First, there's the 3-second stare. When your dog looks directly at you for exactly 3 seconds, then looks away, they're not being weird, they're communicating trust and security. Dr. Brian Hayes' research at Duke University showed that this specific duration triggers oxytocin release in both species. It's your dog's way of saying, all clear, you're safe, I'm here. Second is the head tilt symphony. You know that adorable head tilt your dog does? It's not just cute, it's sophisticated auditory processing. Dogs tilt their heads to optimize their ear positioning for detecting specific frequency ranges. When they tilt during bathroom duty, they're fine-tuning their hearing to distinguish between normal household sounds and potential threats. Each tilt adjustment represents a conscious decision about what deserves attention. The third element is ear choreography. Independent ear movement in dogs is like a radar system in action. Forward ears indicate active monitoring. Sideways ears suggest casual environmental awareness, and that subtle backward ear flick, that's your dog acknowledging a sound they've determined is non-threatening. It's like watching a sophisticated security system in real time. Fourth, we have tail semaphore. Your dog's tail during bathroom supervision tells an incredible story. A low, steady wag indicates content vigilance. A still tail means focused attention. And here's something amazing. Dogs actually use micro-tail movements to communicate with other pets in the household. If you have multiple dogs, watch how the bathroom guardian's tail signals affect the behavior of other pets nearby. The fifth element is the most incredible: scent communication. Your bathroom is essentially a chemical information highway for your dog. They're not just smelling what you think they're smelling. Dogs can detect hormonal changes, stress markers, and even early signs of illness through scent. When your dog does that subtle nose lift behavior, they're literally reading your biological status like a medical report. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Recent research from the University of Lincoln discovered that dogs engage in what scientists call emotional eavesdropping during these intimate moments. They're not just monitoring your physical safety, they're reading your emotional state through breathing patterns and chemical signals you're completely unaware you're producing. Let me share Marcus's incredible story. Marcus from Oregon noticed his German Shepherd Zeus had started behaving differently during bathroom visits. Instead of his usual door-facing position, Zeus began sitting directly beside Marcus and would gently place his paw on Marcus's leg. Marcus thought it was just Zeus getting older and more affectionate. 3 weeks later, Marcus was diagnosed with early-stage diabetes. The doctor explained that Zeus had likely been detecting the chemical changes in Marcus's scent profile weeks before medical tests could confirm the condition. This is the profound reality of what's happening in your bathroom every day. Your dog isn't just keeping you company, they're conducting a complete wellness check using sensory capabilities that make our most advanced medical equipment look primitive. And here's something that will amaze you about this secret language. It's completely but while your dog is communicating with you through these subtle signals, you're unconsciously communicating back through your own microbehavior. Dogs can detect changes in your muscle tension, breathing rate, and even the electrical activity of your nervous system. Dr. Clive Wynne from Arizona State University calls this interspecies emotional resonance. And it represents one of the most sophisticated forms of cross-species communication ever documented in science. But there's one final signal that some dogs display, a signal so rare and so profound that when it happens, it represents the deepest possible bond between human and canine. Most dog owners never witness it, and even fewer recognize it when they do. It's a behavior that transcends everything we've talked about so far. And when you learn what it is, the ultimate signal that changes everything. Are you ready to discover the most profound expression of trust and love that exists between two different species? Because what I'm about to reveal will forever change how you see that precious moment when your dog chooses to be vulnerable alongside you. The signal I'm talking about is called empathetic yawning. And it's so rare, so scientifically significant, that when Dr. Teresa Romero from the University of Tokyo first documented it, the research community was stunned. Here's what makes it extraordinary. Your dog yawning in response to your relaxation isn't just mimicking your behavior, it's demonstrating neural synchronization at the deepest possible level. But here's the key. This isn't the casual yawn you might see when your dog is tired. This is what scientists call contagious yawning. And it only happens between individuals who share profound emotional bonds. In humans, we only yawn contagiously with people we deeply care about. Children don't develop this ability until they're emotionally mature enough for complex empathy. And in dogs, it only occurs with humans they trust completely. When your dog yawns during those quiet bathroom moments as you settle and relax, their brain is actually mirroring your neurological state. Dr. Romero's research showed that the mirror neuron systems in dogs, the same networks responsible for empathy and emotional understanding, become fully activated during these synchronized yawning episodes. Think about what this means. Your dog's brain is literally copying your emotional patterns. They're not just watching you. They're feeling what you're feeling. It's the closest thing to telepathy that exists in the natural world. But recognizing this ultimate signal is just the beginning. Let me show you how to honor and strengthen this incredible connection in ways that will benefit both of you for years to come. The first thing you can do is practice conscious acknowledgement. When you notice your dog settling into their guardian position, take a moment to verbally acknowledge their presence. Something simple like, "Thank you for watching over me, buddy," or "I appreciate you being here." Dogs understand tone and intention far better than we give them credit for, and this acknowledgement reinforces the positive feedback loop we talked about earlier. Second, respect the ritual completely. Never force your dog to leave before they're ready. Remember, they have an internal protocol. They're following a checklist of security measures that satisfies their protective instincts. Interrupting this process can actually increase anxiety in both of you. Instead, let them complete their guardian duties naturally. Most dogs will signal when they're satisfied that you're safe, usually by stretching, shifting position, or simply relaxing their posture. Third, create comfort for both of you. Consider placing a small, washable mat or cushion in your bathroom specifically for your dog. This isn't about encouraging dependence. It's about acknowledging that this is a shared ritual that deserves mutual comfort. When your dog has a designated spot, they can relax more fully into their protective role, which actually strengthens their confidence and your bond. Fourth, and this is crucial, transform these moments into positive connection time. Use this quiet time for gentle verbal affirmations, soft humming, or even quiet meditation. Your calm, positive energy during these moments reinforces to your dog that their presence is welcome and valued. Dr. Alexander Horowitz's research shows that dogs who receive positive reinforcement during guardian behavior display 35% less separation anxiety overall. Now, I want to address something important. How do you know when bathroom following might indicate anxiety rather than healthy protection? The signs are actually very clear, and recognizing them early helps ensure your dog's emotional well-being. Signs that might indicate anxiety include constant trembling or panting even in cool temperatures, inability to settle or relax once positioned, destructive behavior when separated, excessive vocalization, or compulsive behaviors like repetitive licking or pacing. If you notice these signs, don't panic. The gentle solutions are straightforward. Gradually work on building your dog's confidence through positive training. Provide environmental enrichment throughout your home. Consider consulting with a certified dog behaviorist, and most importantly, never punish or reject this behavior. Remember, even anxious bathroom following comes from a place of love and concern. Here's something beautiful I want you to understand. The strongest indicator of a healthy bathroom guardian relationship is mutual calm. When both you and your dog can settle into these moments peacefully, when you both emerge feeling more connected rather than stressed, that's when you know you're experiencing something truly special. Let me share one final story that captures the essence of everything we've explored. Emma from Canada told me about her senior golden retriever, Thor, who had been her bathroom companion for 12 years. When Emma was recovering from surgery, their bathroom ritual became therapeutic for both of them. Thor would settle beside her, and they would both practice deep breathing together. Emma said those quiet moments of mutual trust and healing became the foundation for her recovery, both physically and emotionally. This is the profound truth about your bathroom guardian. You're not being followed by a pet seeking attention. You're being honored by a creature who has chosen to dedicate their most alert, protective instincts to your well-being. You're experiencing one of the purest forms of interspecies love that exists on our planet. Every single time your dog pads after you to the bathroom, they're making a choice. They're choosing to prioritize your safety over their comfort, your well-being over their convenience, your vulnerability over their freedom. That's not dependency. That's devotion in its most genuine form. So the next time you see those familiar paws following you down the hallway, the next time you feel that warm presence settling in beside you, remember what you now know. You're not just sharing space with your pet. You're participating in an ancient ritual of protection, trust, and love that spans thousands of years of evolution. You're witnessing loyalty in its purest form, communication in its most sophisticated expression, and love in its most unconditional manifestation. That gentle soul choosing to be your guardian, they're offering you the greatest gift one living being can give another. The promise that you'll never face your most vulnerable moments alone. And isn't that the most beautiful thing imaginable? If these insights have opened your eyes to the incredible depth of your dog's devotion, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to join our community of people who celebrate the amazing bonds we share with our four-legged family members. There's so much more to discover about the brilliant minds and loving hearts of our canine companions.